everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you have been following my channel for a few weeks, you will probably have already seen my last storytime video regarding ghosts and spooky things of that nature. If you haven't, I will link that down below and you can go and check that out. And the story that I have for you today is actually something that also happened at my parents' house. This is a story from my final night living at my parents' house. Now, in my last storytime video, I told you that I hadn't actually had any physical encounter with a ghost or paranormal type thing except orbs. The story that I told was an encounter that my mum had, and I also mentioned things that other people had seen around my house. But on my final night living in my parents' house, I had my own encounter with a ghost for the first time, like a proper encounter with one. So yeah, me and Elliot, who is my boyfriend if you don't know, were in my bed in my room, and whenever people spoke about the ghost, it was normally that it was happening near the top of the house. But the top floor of the house used to be where the servants lived in the olden days, like olden days. My bedroom was where the servants lived. So I was asleep, and I'm a bit of a fidgety sleeper, like I wake up a lot during the night, and this night was honestly, I just couldn't sleep for some reason. I just kept waking up. Like every time Elliot moved, it would wake me up. I don't know what time this was, but it must have been like early hours of the morning. He turned and I woke up, but I was facing away from him and I could hear a scratching noise. It was kind of like this. I thought it might be a bag just like opening a bit more. So I was just trying to ignore it. Went back to sleep for a bit, rolled over again, woke up, the same scratching noise was still happening, and I was just like, oh my god, that's so annoying. So I put my light on my phone and I was looking on the floor and I was looking for a rat, because I was like, I'd convinced myself, oh my god, there's a mouse or a rat in my bedroom, and I could hear it and I just could not find anything. I was like, there's no bags making noises, there's literally nothing that it could be, and I was just like, is there something like under the skirting boards or in the chimney that's making that noise? So anyway, I couldn't find anything. It kind of gave me a bit of peace of mind, because I was like, oh, well, as long as there's no like vermin roaming around my bedroom, then that's fine. So I again went back to sleep. Next time I woke up, I was facing Elliot. So I was sleeping on the right side and I was laid on my left, so Elliot was right next to me. I felt movement and I could hear this scratching again, and I woke up and looked, and he was sat straight up in bed just staring, like sat bolt upright. I was laid down, so I was looking up at him, like I could see that he was sat up, and it was really weird, and I was thinking, what the hell are you doing? And it was a bit creepy. I was like, oh my god, this is like someone off a film, like some poltergeist shit, I don't know. He was like taken over by a spirit, but he was just staring at this wall, and I just looked down and went, Elliot, what are you doing? And he turned and looked down at me like that, and the face was just completely black, like no features on it, and then it kind of gave me chills inside, because I was like, it didn't feel like Elliot anymore. It felt weird. The face was completely black. I couldn't see any features, but they did have dark hair, which Elliot has got dark hair. And then he turned back and faced the wall again. So I was laid down and I got my hand and I thought I'll just gently tap him on the back or rub him on the back and say, you know, lay back down, you're fine. Because I did think that he might be, you know, sleepwalking at this point, and you're not supposed to wake them up, but I wanted to kind of gently ease him back down. So I went like this, I put my hand on his back and it went straight through, and it felt so cold and it went straight through, and my hand, because I was expecting it to stop, and it went through, like my heart just dropped. I was like, oh my god, and it just freaked the shit out of me. My hand had kind of gone through and fell like onto the bed where Elliot's legs were, so I landed on his legs. And I was just like, and then I put my arm next to me and I patted on the bed, and Elliot was just laid down like on his side. And then I looked back up at this figure thing, and then slowly it just disappeared into nothing. Oh my god, I'm glad that was my last night there, because that freaked the hell out of me. I can't even tell you how my heart sank when my hand just went straight through. Because when you're expecting something to be there and it's not there, it's kind of like that, you know, when you're asleep and you feel like you're falling. It was kind of like that, but with my arm. So that's the thing. So a ghost was in my actual bed, like literally sat on Elliot. Sat up on Elliot in my bed. Creepy as hell, so weird. Go and check out the other story if you haven't already. I do have a couple more kind of ghost paranormal story times that I could do. If you want to know a story time about something different in my life, then just let me know in the comments. And if you're not subscribed to my channel already, then please do that. You can click down here somewhere to do that. And I will put up videos twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week because I'm so on it at the moment. But yeah, I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Make sure you leave me a comment because I love reading them. I literally sit for hours answering all your questions. So I would like to hear from you. Let me know any creepy things that have happened to you in your house, and I will see you next time. Bye!